My Gavanen Melonin, and well met indeed. I am Arachir Garladirthan, head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer, and welcome back to the restart of Gundabad, episode 2.2. As we continue on, I've restarted this, as I said, exactly where I left off. You may even note that the camera was in the same position. So we are directly after the loss of Goblin Town, playing from that point on. Now, the reason why I said the AI won't really have an advantage, of course, is because Goblin Town is held by the rebels, which means they will not be able to retrain any of those units, nor will they be able to train any new units. So the garrison of Goblin Town will now remain that small until we can come back and take it. Provided we can come back and take it, of course, because we may not be successful. And that is always a threat hovering on the horizon. Oh, we get some more archers if we build that, so let's build that. 2 more turns until we get a considerable boost to our income. Come on! And in 3 turns it'll take them to get back. So we'll probably be back to Goblin Town in about 5 or 6 turns, which doesn't take very long, courtesy of our nice swift end turn times. So I imagine this episode will hopefully see the recapture of Goblin Town. That's my hope. That's my wish. I've managed to keep my custom generals alive, though. Both Khazad-dum and Khazad got out. I was successful in running away. So that I am particularly pleased with. Trying to buck the tradition that I get everyone killed. And at the minute, of course, I'm doing that by keeping my faction leader just away from danger. And then he's succeeding in not dying by just not being anywhere near the death. And it's working wonders. Right, I'll take the skirmishers and the goblin infantry, please. That forest means you can't walk from there to there in 1 turn. That's why we need roads here. We need roads. A warg breeder, that's 5 turns though. Get the warg breeder and then get the roads. Let's try and get military set up in both of these places. Although I think I'd like a carpenter's hut here to make the next round of buildings cheaper.
No sleeping here.
As we continue to march back. Our tail very much between our legs, unfortunately. But do keep an eye out, because some enterprising elves or wild men may well sneak into Goblin Town and take it from beneath us. And we can't have that, can we? So we need to keep eyes and ears all around to ensure that our dominion is protected.
I bring word from the people.
Oh, I mean, I'd love to say yes, but I really want to kill you, so I'm gonna have to go with no. But I will take trade rights. And how about I'll check your map information, and I demand the very meager sum of 1,000 gold coins. Yes.
I suppose goodbye.
We will be on their doorstep shortly, and we shall destroy them utterly. And then all we have to do is attack the Northern Dunedain, and we get the Ruidau units. I mean, you can cheese the system very much, I'm afraid, with these kind of requirements. Obviously, you can't cheese the system in needing Angmar to be dead. They just have to be dead. There's no way around that. But you could attack the Northern Dunedain. That will unlock the Ruidau units, and then make peace with the Northern Dunedain, and you'll still get the Ruidau units. Because it's way too much of an unnecessary drain on the campaign script to have a script that double checks, like, oh, are you still at war with the Northern Dunedain? If not, then we're taking them away. That means that a monitor is being run every single turn, and that just slows down the turns so much. Whereas at the moment, for example, a monitor is being run every turn to check if Gundabad owns Khazad-dum, and if we own the Black Gate, Barad-dûr, Goblin Town, Moria, East or West, if Mordor's been destroyed. But as soon as that event happens, that monitor is terminated and no longer runs, so it then is removed from the campaign script. And so as events happen, the campaign script actually has less usage each turn. But then, of course, as the game gets longer and longer, the AI then starts to have to actually think more about what they're doing, and so their turns start to take longer. And that's why you don't generally see an overall reduction in speed, because whilst the campaign script is getting easier,
Get ready for fighting.
The calculation for just the general map is not.
Get ready for fighting.
I'd quite like to get those guys retrained, but then I think I'd just go back with what we've got. A lot of raiders, yes, but trash is relatively useful. How long actually until... I'm just clicking at them. Why am I just clicking at them like an idiot? 2 turns until they're ready. Oh, so 3 turns. If we wait 3 turns, we should be able to retrain all of them, I think. And so we'll have at least a decent-ish sized army. And 2 turns, well, 3 turns for them to walk over. So there we are. In 3 turns, the army leaves once more. Our expedition sets out again. Excuse me, sorry. I know that I do seem to be unwell all the time, but at the moment I've got a bit of a sore throat, annoyingly. And it's because of Jessica. I never used to be unwell, and I do shrug off. I barely get severe effects from colds or anything like that. I normally just get the sniffles and a sore throat, which you may be able to hear in my voice, I'm not sure. But whereas Jessica, my co-mortgagee, she gets sick all the time, literally all the time. She spent the past 5 weeks with a continuous cold. That is just not, like, were we animals, she is 100% a runt of the litter and would have been left to die in the wilderness. But of course, we're humans and we keep everyone alive. So, well, when we can, and so she's constantly given medication to assist her with this. But she gets colds in the winter because in the wintertime you get colds, and then she's allergic to the planet. So in the summer she gets colds as well from hay fever. So she's just in a never-ending cycle of having a cold, and every now and then I get a touch of it. Passes over to me.
A proposition for us?
So there we are. That's my reasoning. I'm blaming it on her. Go on. Yes.
Good day to you.
And they want us to go where? Sorry, Dol Guldur. Go on then.
At once. Yes. Stopping here.
War declared. Canned and Dol Amroth. Interesting. Our archers are ready.
Listen up. Come on.
They move out.
We have completed.
Can you retrain? No, you cannot, but we can get some hunters of our own. Yes, I will take those. Does that mean you can train them? Ah, no, you spearmen. Well, you guys keep training what you can as you can, but the army will move in the next turn. I don't want to move them out now because we'll lose the free upkeep. But we'll be off. And that's not too bad at all, is it? We're about 5 or 6-ish minutes in and we've passed, what, something like 10 turns? I absolutely love this speed. Even now when I play games like Empire and Rome, which I do every now and then, even those games, when I don't even have that many mods in them, the turn times still take forever. And it feels like they're just long and they last and they just last and last and last. No, you sons of bitches. And Khazad-dum were coming as well. Look at the carrion flocking to the corpse that we left behind. Yeah, you bastards. Oh, I've sworn so many times in that. They've taken Goblin Town from us. We don't get trash anywhere else. Khazad-dum's the only other place. I don't want to attack the Anduin yet. Oh, that's so annoying. Ah, well, we have no choice then. It's Angmar. We march. The army musters. And Angmar is the goal. You might as well take them as well then. So retrain those as well. We don't know what we're going to need to take Angmar on, but it's now. I tell you what we are definitely going to want, actually, is an armory in case they come back and attack us. Oh, that's the top one, isn't it? Yeah, build that next as well. Get that out of the way. The amount of turn times... In fact, let's get the guild house built here as well. Let's just get those built. I really like them built. And that unlocks anything that we may need. Although we are as fully upgraded as possible in Gundabad, so we don't need that to build walls or anything like that. Right. We march then. Litash is an easy take. Hopefully Angmar is at war with Erud Luin by now. Although we're only 20 turns in, of course they're not. Oh, this could go so badly. I think as well it might actually be prudent to avoid Litash, head round the north and take Khazad-dum from under them in a sweeping motion. In a surprise attack.
Hail and well met. We have...
Sorry friends, I know you really want an alliance, but I'm going to crush you and take your lands into my own. And that's preferred for me.
At your turn, you bring a proposition for my king.
Give me 1,000. I'm pooling money. Oh, come on.
Something else you'd like to suggest?
They don't even want trade rights. Ah, you morons.
Farewell then.
Trade is always useful. It doesn't matter what point you are in the game. Trade is useful, and yet they don't go for it. Idiots. Right, now the army is ready. We will go round to the north. We'll send the same generals. Do we want to send Grishnak as well? Oh, 3 generals in one army is a bit cheeky though, isn't it? No, Grishnak, you stay behind. We're going north.
Pick your feet up. Come on. Listen up. Regroup, you loud. Pick your feet. Listen up. Oh.
Right, you guys are going to need to stay because you're going to be defending Gundabad from any Angmar repercussions. We haven't had to worry about the AI there. I don't think they'd bother us unless we took Dane's Halls on because well, I don't know. That's my guess. I don't want to just spout lies, but I would guess they haven't attacked us in 21 turns. But if we were to attack Dane's Halls, which is the planet of which they are a satellite, then they would defend it. Also because rebels are actually broken up into sub-factions, which is something you may not know. But every now and then when you hover over a rebel, it will tell you the sub-faction it's part of. And that rebel army is part of the Orc Marauders, as you can see in the name there. Independent Army Orc Marauders. But if you were to attack another rebel army, let's say Goblin Town became rebel, they might be called something else. So, yes, Wild Breeders. Oh, just in time to get quite a few units as well, actually. And roads. Glorious day in Berzikul.
No sleeping here.
It takes a lot longer to walk around the north, but I'd rather get Khazad-dum quickly, because as soon as we get Khazad-dum, we can train units. Like the very second we take it, we can train units from it. So we want Khazad-dum immediately, and then we'll get a unit of Witch Realm Pikemen, Orc Marauders, Orc Halberdiers, and they can help us garrison. And then we just have to kill Angmar. It's as simple as that. It'll be simple. Surely. It'll be very quick. Very, very easy. I've no doubt. We could already get to... We should send someone to attack the Northern Dunedain now, actually, in case they get defeated. Because if they get defeated, you can't then declare war on them and you can never trigger the script. Which is something I should have said in the developer diary, which I didn't. And I feel foolish for not having done. Can we get another spy, actually? Oh, no. What do we need for a spy? The inn. Equivalent of the inn. Butchery, that one. But no, once we've built that, we're going to get that. Yeah, I should have said, you need... if Northern Dunedain are defeated, you cannot start the script. It's the same with... No, it only applies for the Northern Dunedain. We could add a condition that you could be at war with either the Northern Dunedain or Bree, and then that would mean that were the Turks defeated, Northerdain defeated, then you could fight Bree instead. But then if they're both defeated, we can't do much more for you. But there's obviously no one has been defeated yet. We're 24 turns in. They probably haven't even started fighting properly yet. Oh, I forgot to send my diplomat. How does the remnants of Angmar even know that we are marching towards them? You know, I call lies. I call cheating.
Talks with the farmers.
They have no towers on this northern side. I mean, they'll now probably be able to see us because we've come into range of Khazad-dum, but previously they couldn't see us.
Get ready for fighting.
I'd like those three to all be sent to Mount Gundabad.
Objective complete.
The Chieftain's Hall takes 9 turns. Is that the highest tier then? Ah, yes it is. No, we'll get the armory first. It takes 9 turns at the minute, of course. It'll be 6 turns when we build the Carpenter's Guild house.
I'm gonna stick you. Or
Right, we're almost there. We're almost there. This is not the battle for Goblin Town then. This is going to be the Battle of Khazad-dum. The fall of Khazad-dum, we should say. I also haven't felt... Well, I suppose in the previous campaign, 24 turns in, I think we had already taken Dane's Halls and we already had a sizable army. So that this time I'm certainly feeling that the units are trained slower, but you don't feel that they're trained like Elven level slow. It's not like 25 turns a unit. So I think overall it's a good and solid improvement. And remember that this doesn't affect the AI. They still get quick recruitment. So AI Gundabad is probably quite good now. Well, a little bit better than they were before. I doubt they're amazing.
I would if I could. Yes, I shall speak with...
no sleeping here.
Oh, yes. Please tell me Agendour is in there. Please tell me that Agendour is in there.
Is that what you want?
Yes! Agendour will die this day, and we will be the bringers of that destruction. If only we had sent our king, because then we could pit them against our greatest, and that would have been good. Oh, we got... and someone came in. Oh, Bull's Mug! Yes! Welcome to the battle! We've been expecting you. Long have we been expecting you. Why don't you head over to Berzikul, actually? Become the garrison captain over there. One more turn on that. Right, now the question here is going to be, will they... Oh, he came of age this very turn. Will they attack us? I doubt it. If we attack them, they get an insane garrison script. And it would really swing it in their favour. At the moment, obviously, that is an easy, easy victory. But as soon as we actually attack, they'll get all of the garrison units, and it will not be an easy, easy victory. It will be a slog, especially in Khazad-dum. It's quite a difficult battle map. 2 tiers. Battle maps themselves are just obviously horrible because they just are so buggy. This game engine is so old. Well, the game is old and it hates custom battle maps. It doesn't even like its own town battle maps, let alone ones that we've created for it.
No sleeping here.
You practically hear the tears of the engine when you try and get it to play your own battle maps. Ah, yes, there we go. 6 turns now for the Chieftain's Hall and 4 for the Armory instead of what it was before. Oh, we'll get a Butchery in before, though, because it's only 2 turns. And then we'll get an Armory and a Chieftain's Hall, please. And then we'll take a Ballaster and Warg. And then we've got as much military as we can get with as much free upkeep as we can get. Which is good, because we've got 1 over at the moment. Although that's because of the Wargs, actually. Put them in ahead. They're only 4 turns. And we're doing alright on money. We're doing quite well. We've got a nice little pool. Banked. Right, here we go. Will they attack us? Please attack me. Please attack me. I know you won't, but it would make my day if you were to please just send your forces on a suicidal charge. Charge of the Light Brigade, much? We don't have any cannons, and they're not riding horses, and we're not in the Crimea, but charge of the Light Brigade, please. Run at me. Oh, I bet they're after a ceasefire, aren't they? You cowardly scum. And there it is.
An agreement. Yes.
Alright, I'll make a counteroffer. Ceasefire. We'll take trade rights. I'll even give you map information. And all you have to do is give me Shiza. You've got loads of places. I'll take Morva and Nokva and Litash. And Angsul. And Shadoon. What do you think?
You must think us this meeting was quite...
Well, you can't want to ceasefire that much, can you? Put your money where your mouth is. Fools. They'll fall easily. We'll just see how big the garrison is, though, shall we? Oh, they've sent like a pitiful army to assist us. And Edelweiss and Dunland are at war, and Goblin, Moria and Dunland have allied.
Attack!
Christ! That is ridiculous. 6 units of garrison troops side with them when they turn. How long can they hold out? 9 turns. I don't want to wait 9 turns. But then it would be better to get a large army to come and attack us. So that... And to be honest, actually, if we got their focus on Khazad-dum for the next 9 turns, it gives us enough time to boost our heartlands, which is currently nothing.
There's naught in this for us.
Gordon, I will pay you for
Bless you
mapping.
for agreeing. Pleasure, noble sire.
Oh, you've taken Rui, but you've not taken Western. Also, the Anduin getting Goblin Town will be a significant boost to them, especially such early doors as well. When we have to come to fight there, which of course we do, our victory conditions, which is what we are ultimately going for, are to defeat the 3 dwarves. So we've got to go south and either take out the Anduin on our way to Khazad-dum, and we've got to go east. East is the easiest. Erebor we already border as soon as we take Dane's Hall, so we don't actually need to kill anyone else in order to take Erebor down. And that's good. But of course, going west, killing Angmar serves another purpose, and that is, of course, that we need to go through Angmar to get to Ered Luin. So getting Angmar out of the way is arguably a good idea, especially when taking Angmar out of the way means getting Angmar's units. So it can only be a good idea, I think. But Angmar are mustering forces to counter us at Khazad-dum. Hopefully they will actually attack and not just stand around and wait for 9 turns. But as boring as it is, I am going to wait it out. And if they don't attack me, I will just take Khazad-dum without a fight. I'm not concerned. The campaign for Gundabad now is actually relatively difficult. And I don't want to waste these precious early turns. Or waste my units on foolish battles that can be won by just standing there. Especially when Angmar don't actually seem all that interested in defending Khazad-dum. You know what we could do as well? We've got quite a sizable army here. You know what? We are going to do it as well, because I do like to live on the edge. And we will send Mazov. I don't know, I just sent him in there. That will just lower our turns. I'd go for it.
Kill them all!
Yeah, off you go.
We've destroyed the enemy! Attack!
Two-pronged attack. No one expected the two-pronged attack. And here we are. Although we do need some more units. We got, 1 turn till we get some more archers. 5 turns till we get the raiders. Oh, and a spy, yes. Oh, I can only have 1 spy and I've already got a spy. Oh. Right, bring him north. Screw Goblin Town.
This way.
Our diplomat can act as a spy for now.
Without question, my lord.
Oh, you made it through. Go to
Without
Imladris.
question, my lord.
Can you imagine that in actual, dare I say, in Lord of the Rings real life? You're an elf guarding the gate of Imladris, and an orc rocks up, and he's like, "Oh hey, would you like to trade with us?" You'd lop his head off as soon as he stepped anywhere near you. It's just unfortunately we can't stop negotiations. We are bound by the game as much as we are by our vision. That didn't really make sense, did it? I mean, we have to stick within the game's rules, unfortunately, and so certain things have to just be swept under the rug and accepted, even though in truth they would be utterly ridiculous.
Get ready for fighting!
Right, so you will get to see a battle then, which is better than just standing around for
Ready! Hurry up!
40 minutes or however long.
Stay right there!
Get those ready to recruit. Oh, goodness. Berserkle can train an army. And it's only a turn away from getting its roads. But we're going to beat Litash by drawing the garrison out, because they are stupid and easily played. King Mazog finally joins the field against Captain Gash. Ah, men of Ruidar, why throw your lives away? Put down your weapons. Join us. We are the power in these lands. 2 units of wargs. Well, I've got some spear units that they'll be interested in. No, I haven't. I've got an army of trash. This is going to be an interesting one. Real interesting one. Alright, let's do it. This is going to be our first acquisition outside of rebel-held territory. I'm feeling pleased. That image, by the way, is a depiction of the death of Isildur, and that's a generic Númenórean, or Arnorian, as they probably became. Or no, Númenórean at that time. That's a Númenórean fighting off the orcs as they, of course, ambush Isildur as he passes through the Gallatin fields, where he is, of course, slain and loses the ring. I do think that warg is a significant improvement, and if you actually watch the original films back, it looks exactly like the wargs they use in the film. Especially the scene where Gimli says, "Bring your pretty face to my axe," and we see the warg's actual face. That looks exactly the same, in my opinion. Now, we attack them, but we've got this wonderful hill to gain leverage on. So as long as we keep the hill in front of us. We stand. There's our faction leader, King Mazog himself. He does have his own unique battle model. He looks a little bit like... oh, I can't remember his name. I cannot remember his name from Star Trek The Next Generation. He's the security officer. Worf! He looks like Worf. And so, from now, we shall call him Worf. Right, don't be defensive. And don't run away, please. We've got 3 javelin troops. Yes. Oh, they've really taken a bad position. How far down the hill do you want to go? Reinforcements coming in from over there, though. So, let's just move forward for now. Let's see what they do. We don't want to fight them over there, where we then get them flanking us. And this is all Ruidar units, isn't it? Is that Ruidar archers I just saw? No. Oh, they are moving over to support. Oh, no, they're moving over to join up. Which means we'll lose the hill. Oh, no, we won't. I mean, if you can reach them, then yeah. No, run forward, run forward, run forward, run forward. Quick, 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 quick. Get them. Yes. And again. And again, give him another volley. Yes. Bloody brilliant. Look how many are dead. Right, we've got them. They're engaged. Right, those are raiders, aren't they? Oh no, wrong unit. Right, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm just standing around doing sod all. Run around. Keep the more elite units in the back. Get the javelins up behind. The wargs to move up. Utterly surround them. There's the javelins. They're doing alright. The enemy moves over there. We want to just plug this gap here, which is why I want to get them killed. As our javelin trash units charge in. I really like how Rudao looks. I just absolutely love their design. They're such a good... That's the whole reason why Gundabad can trade them, because I really like them. And I knew I was going to be doing the Gundabad campaign, and I was like, oh, hang on, I could add Rudao to the list of trainable units. And so I did. Yeah, and now they're available. And that's it. That's the whole story of why you can train Rudao. I come out of time 6. Stop being an idiot. There you are. There we are. There we are. Move up. Javelins, get ready. Mountain Orcs, go over there. I don't really want to use the wargs. I want you to get them to break before the wargs get into position. Come on! Yes! Come and stand at the back here. Pull yourselves out of the line.
Captured the enemy's general. That'll teach the cowardly dog to turn tail and run.
Why are you having such a bad time of it? Just do as you're told. It's like petulant children. Javelins, if you've got anything, give them all you have. I think we're going to smash them, to be honest. 3% we lost in killing those Rudao. This is what I mean. Trash is trash. But when you completely outnumber your enemy, you get to absolutely decimate them. And everyone loves a javelin unit, don't we? Let's be honest. Oh, Raider Warband not so keen now. They got javelins sticking out of their arms. Keep the pressure. Who's this coming in? Angmar bodyguards. The only real threat here. They are a very, very good unit.
If we continue like this,
we've got Palorux though, and we've got these. Alright, come out of defensive, charge down the hill. Send in the raiders. Mounted Orc Hunters push through. Get those wargs killed. I really don't care if the raiders die, they're a totally expendable unit. Palorux, assist the Mountain Orcs, they're needed on the general. Not on something as crappy as wargs.
The enemy are badly
bloody. They're routing all over the place. I think they are actually just running away. Chase them down, let's go! Yes. Now their wargs are off. And now we should just leave our hunters to slay the...
If we continue like this...
this has been such an epic victory. Oh, I'm pleased. I can enjoy a sandwich for luncheon and be pleased with the, the recording of the morning. I absolutely love how overpowered these early tier Berserker style units are. Early tier strike infantry is just unbelievably powerful. So easily written off as crap. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you face an elven army with any kind of Mountain Orc Hunters, Azraziah Savages, Berserkers from Dunland, I think they're called Dunlending Berserkers, the Berserker for Ennard Wythe, any of those really early tier in armor-piercing axe infantry, they get obliterated by arrow fire. I mean, these guys I don't even think have any armor. No, they have a 7 defense skill, and that's it. That means that even Snagger archers will kill Mountain Orc Hunters with like a single arrow. They will die so easily. But get them in melee and they are so deadly. Their high attack and the armor piercing is just, it's just so good. having a little moment here about these people. Oh, hang on. We're standing there letting our snow orcs die because I'm not paying attention. Because the enemy rallied, of course they did. Keep them out. Oh, and I've just called in him accidentally. Go on then, Wargs. Finally enjoying your Wargs must be hungry. Continue, don't let them run away. Capture him. Yes, down he goes. And it's over. 228 fine snow orcs fell today, but something like 800, no, just shy of 900 Angmarim. 157 kills went to Snow Orc Raid. 157 kills. I mean, when you look at the stats of the other kills, that's significantly higher. That's the thing with the Snow Orcs, I suppose, is that when I was fighting the Goblin Town battle and throwing them in and just not worrying about it, or the Berserkle battle, sorry, they are really, really good against early tier trash because they're an early tier mainstream unit, but they're slightly better than a normal mainstream early tier unit. So against trash, they are excellent. The difference between them in stats is very, very high. And Snow Orcs will eat trash like they are trash. But then when you actually then fight against a post-barracks event unit, it's then quite apparent that they are still an early game unit. And so when we were up against those Taskmasters, that's when it started to show. Kill them all. We can't afford to fight any more units. Angmar get way more forces than we do. We also can't upgrade this. It's as high as it's going to be, so I think we should kill them all. Oh no, hang on. We share the same culture, don't we? Oh, idiot. They love us. We're seen as returning saviours, not evil masters. Alright, so get a garrison quarters up early and a practice range. And then we can train troops straight away, you see. That was a good idea, I think.
No sleeping
now,
here.
King Mazog.
Objective complete.
Oh, yes, please.
No sleep. Orcs. Move.
I want towers, I want sight.
Complete.
We don't want to get caught with our
We have completed
pants down.
objective.
Pantalon. That's where pants comes from. Did you know that? It comes from French, which is why we English vehemently refuse to say pants instead of trousers, because we are not bowing to the
Is that
frogs.
what you want?
But our American cousins, of
Objective
course,
complete.
will do anything that the frogs can offer them. Lapping it up. Although they do butcher the name of New Orleans, don't they? Let's be honest, of course, because the town that New Orleans is based on is called Orléans, and they call it New Orleans. But anyway, there we are. I'm being mean, unnecessarily so. I'm going to end the episode there, because I've thoroughly enjoyed that, and I am now going to go and have a sandwich. So, thank you very much for watching, if indeed you have. I do hope you've enjoyed this restart to Gundabad and the slightly new direction we're taking them in this blitzkrieg attempt of taking Angmar out. And then we can then set about actually getting our goals and killing the dwarves. But for now, that will be all. So thank you very much for watching, if indeed you have. And until we speak again, dear friends, ne varne den perimad melunin, and au revoir.